You could take me all of the places, treat me like I was your baby.
Hey, ladies and gents. So, have you ever looked at an incredibly beautiful woman and thought, how could he cheat on her? How could he leave her? How can anyone disrespect someone like that? Well, we've seen it all, right? Some of the most beautiful women in the world have been cheated on, ghosted, lied, breadcrumbed, and treated as if they were nothing, right? I mean, Beyonce is literally with a known cheater, right? So today we're going to talk about something that everyone needs to hear, right? The truth. You can be a 10 out of 10 and still be disrespected. So, beauty doesn't protect you from that. Being kind doesn't protect you from that. Having the perfect body doesn't protect you from that. So, what does? Today, we're going to dive into why so many women are blaming themselves, thinking that it's about their looks, and what is actually creating disrespect in your life. So, social media has created a fantasy that we're not beautiful enough, or that as long as we are beautiful, then we'll get everything that we want. So if I had nicer hair, beautiful skin, I know how to do my makeup, dress more provocatively, become more feminine, quote unquote, suddenly everyone will start treating me well. So this idea of pretty privilege that everybody's talking about, right? So, but if we look at in reality, is that really what's happening? So if we take Rihanna for example, she's beautiful. Let's say she's a 10 and 10. She has everything that any other woman would want. So why is she in this relationship with ASAP and she's being disrespected publicly? Is one thing when you're disrespected in your own house, but it's another thing when it's done in public. Because most of the time when it's done in public, it's on purpose. Sorry to say, but it's on purpose. I mean, that video is going around of where basically Aesop was doing a concert or something, and he was like, "Well, if I wasn't married or I wasn't in, well, not married, well, if I wasn't in a relationship, then I would be moving to you, basically." And it's like, it's first of all, it wasn't even necessary to say that, and two, why are you even fantasizing about being single? And another thing, right, is like, I'm not being funny, but you're not even an R&B singer to even be saying that. Like, let's say if it's Chris Brown right now, I'll be like, yeah, that's pretty much on par because he's selling, women this fantasy, right? But even though Chris Brown's selling this woman this fantasy, he's also made it clear that he's not exactly put a particular woman in the forefront or put a particular woman in his life. But ASAP has pretty much come out and been like, yeah, Rihanna's the girl for me. You have 3 kids. How many kids they got? 3 kids. You got 3 kids right now. You're literally everywhere with her. You're making it public. But now you're backtracking and you're disrespecting her. And I'll tell you why, because you're not getting what you wanted, which was the fame. Sorry to say, but that's what it is. Like a lot of these, and this is why you have to use your spiritual discernment because I was, and this is the thing that a lot of women, men lack nowadays is spiritual discernment. Yes, people go on what does somebody look like or what does somebody do on paper. Okay, they're good looking, they have a good career, they worship me, quote unquote. But that's on paper. But what on your spiritual discernment is what are their values? The number one thing you need to look for in a partner is what are their values? Do their values align with your values? And I'm not talking about necessarily religious all the time. I'm talking about morals, ethics, values. If you do not have the same values, guess what? You are not compatible. You are not compatible. It's obvious that Rihanna and ASAP don't have the same values because she's respecting him in public and she don't even have to go that far to respect him, being that she's the high value woman, she's the prize, and she's the woman that every man wants. But she's still valuing him, and everyone knows that her career is much bigger than his. She's still going out of her way to respect him, but it's not being reciprocated. Not only is it not being reciprocated, he's going out of his way to embarrass her. Like we already saw that other clip a few months ago about him talking to some woman back scene. Yeah, people make excuses like, oh, they work together. Okay, I there's no one that I work to that I'm flirting with. There's no one that I've worked with that I'm that close to. There's no one that I've worked with. There's no man that I've worked with that my husband's in the room that I need to be talking to him for that long. Whatever we need to say, if it's professional, we'll have a meeting. Good night, good day. Like that's literally it. Like there's no reason for me to be standing around talking to you unless we're in a business meeting. Like, what are we doing? Like like the other day someone came on my Instagram talking about, oh yeah, I want to meet you in person. I was like, this my business page. He didn't get it. He was like, oh, do you have a personal page? No, this is my business page, meaning I'm on the clock 24/7. Like the only reason you should be talking to me is about business. If you're not here to talk about the services that you need for your business, then there's nothing to talk about. That's it. Like, and that's the same energy that ASAP should be having, which is obviously that he doesn't have that, right? So we need to like dispel this whole thing about pretty privilege. And Instagram's all about it. It's like, oh well, if I'm perfect looking, like in Korea, that's what they're being sold right now. Like if I'm perfect, if I redo my whole face, I redo my whole body, then I'm gonna get everything I want. If that is true, in reality, if pretty privilege is as true as people are saying, why is it that these women are literally becoming beautiful, getting so much surgery, yet they have that, yet they are on dating shows, trying to get just one man to notice them. They're on, they have to compete publicly for other women, embarrass themselves, humiliate themselves. Like I've seen clips of what is it, Love Island USA. I've been watching Love Island UK because I usually watch the UK one because I found me personally I found the USA one a bit too like vulgar, like provocative. Like the UK is not exactly like squeaky clean, but I feel like because of our rules and stuff, we still keep it more close to PG. Whereas I feel like on the US, it's just to me, it's just doing too much. But anyway, I saw some of the clips with I think her name's Anaya and Casey and Carl. Here she met Carl, right? He doesn't know her from a can of paint, but he had so much respect for her. He was so into her, and then she jumps back to Casey, lame ass. She drove back to Casey Lama. And I'm like, and then she's over here crying, like, girl, like, no man should make you cry like that. I'm so sorry. Like, do not. And I'm so glad that her friend, that girl, was telling her, like, giving her the tea. Like, she wasn't even gonna sugarcoat it. Like, she did not want to see her friend breaking down over somebody that is literally worthless to you. Like, there's no man on this earth like, if you're married or in a relationship, that's completely different. But there's no man that you just met that should have you crying, talking about you didn't pick me. If he didn't pick you, someone else gonna pick you, and that's the standards that women need to women need to bring up their self-respect and their standards and their values, not their looks. Your looks, it doesn't matter how beautiful you are. Men are always gonna jump to the next woman. They, d- sorry, they don't know how to be monogamous. They don't. They were not made to be monogamous. The only time a man will be monogamous is not because of how beautiful you are. They'll be monogamous when they see that you are someone who is going to withhold and uphold. Wait, no, not withhold, uphold your standards. So you're gonna say, if you do this, 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 or that, I'm breaking up with you. If you don't treat me like this, or that, I don't want to be near you. That's the only time the man is going to respect you and is going to be monogamous. He's going to be monogamous because he knows that if he was even caught cheating, you would leave him in the dust. And another reason is because he knows that you are a high value woman. So that's what's lacking, I would say, in Rihanna and ASAP's relationship. He knows that she's a high value woman. He knows that any man will want to be with her. But he also knows that she is not enforcing her standards. Why do we know that she's not enforcing her standards? Because she's had 3 kids by him and they are not married. And I know people are gonna say, oh, it's because, maybe she don't want to be married. Oh, maybe it's because she wants to because of she's rich and she doesn't want her money to get taken. Listen, there's lawyers for that. And if you're so worried about that, about someone taking your money, then maybe that person is not the person for you. Yes, people do change. The person that you might have got with may not be the same person like 10 years later. But if you already have those thoughts in your head right in the beginning of the relationship, I can tell you that that person is not for you. So people treat you how you teach them to treat you. So you have to look past what they're saying and read their actions very closely. Like Rihanna, I was not expecting, honestly, that she was gonna have 3 kids by a man and not be married. Like, and to a man who I feel like he's not, from what I've seen from him before getting with Rihanna, he's not someone who's kind. He's not someone who's quote unquote respectful. He has this somewhat, I don't know what it is. It's like this weird, it's not even a bad boy image. It's not even like, it's just like, you know, there's bad boys who's like, okay, they're gangsters and all this stuff, but it's just like a disrespect. Like he just doesn't have basic, he just doesn't seem like someone who has basic respect towards people. That's just my thoughts anyway. But, and if he doesn't have basic respect to other people, then he's definitely not going to have that towards you. So you teach people how to treat you. Like if we talk about the Wizard Liz situation, it's just a whole mess right now. I know people are like coming out with it, they're saying, oh well, she's not practicing what she's preaching. Well, it's not a fact of she's not practicing what she's preaching. It's probably when she got with that guy, she did not use her spiritual discernment. See, that's what I'm saying. There's people wisdom and there's like, okay, this person looks like a green flag, but then how you know that they're not is through your spiritual discernment. So it's like, okay, what he's saying is saying what he's doing and what he's saying looks right, but spiritually there's something else there. And I think that's probably what was lacking in the situation because from what I seen, a video came out with his one of his ex-girlfriends who said that, yeah, he's been moving weird, he's been doing ish like this. So this what he did with Wizard Lid is pretty much on track for him. That's basically who he is, right? So this is what I'm saying. When you're in relationships, you need to use the spiritual discernment. One, stop leading with your beauty and thinking that, oh, because I'm beautiful, then all these men worship me. Well, no, there's loads of beautiful women right now. And with plastic surgery and fillers and all that stuff, women can glow up any day. Like they can go from just looking plain Jane the next day, they're a 10. So that doesn't mean anything. And even nowadays, men are not even quality men or high value men are not chasing women because of their beauty. Like, look, only because of their beauty. So look at what's that actor's name? I've forgotten his name now. I can't remember his name, but he's one of them older actors in Hollywood, and he was dating that lady who's like a lawyer. But I can tell you right now, yes, she's beautiful, but I can tell you right now, part of the reason he was interested in her is because has good poise, she has a good career, like she's beautiful, she's smart, intelligent. So it's not just because of beauty. It's these stupid podcasts like who will tell you, oh yeah, men will date anyone, men will date girls in a coffee shop. No, men who have no values or have no ethics or no morals will date anyone who is not aligned with their morals, who they will date a quote unquote baddie that will just mess up and then start crying about, oh, she took all my money. Well, yeah, the reason she's with you is for the money. Like, so what do you think was gonna happen? Like, I don't get it. So, but high value men, which is less than 10%, I don't know how many percent is less than 10%, will not date those type of women. And you need to be a high value woman and not date those type of men. So, why are women ignoring the red flags? They ignore the red flags because they're somewhat scared of being alone or they won't find someone better and then they settle, okay? If you are leading with your value, you understand your value, you will get the man that you want. Anyway, so I've got my playbook, Become the Woman They Adore playbook, and it talks about all the frameworks, codes that you need to be become the woman that they adore, basically. So if you go to my link, you'll find it. And yeah, so basically, if you want to become the woman that they adore, you want to learn, okay, how do I bring up my standards, my values, and stop wasting my time over basically men who are not worthy of me. I've got you. This is Become the Woman They Adore playbook. It's your step-by-step guide to raising your standards, building your confidence.
Me all of the places, treat me like I wish your baby.